വാമൊലിയായി തിരകളിലേറി മലയാളത്തിൻ മൊഴിയൊഴുകും വഴിയും ഒഴുകാമൊലിയായി തിരകളിലേറി മലയാളത്തിൻ മൊഴിയൊഴുകും വഴി പടരാം പവിഴക്കരയും താണ്ടി നാദരാഗമായി Radio Rang, color your life.
Warm good evening to all the Radio Rang viewers. Life and time are world's best teachers. Life teaches us to make use of time, and time teaches us the value of time. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. See the beauty of the words. Time and tide wait for none. Yes, time is precious. Those who are doing overtime, hours are precious. Students, those who are getting extempore topic, every minute is precious. Each second is precious for athletes. For 1 second, they will lose the race. Without wasting time, let me invite Mr. ANAND NAIR, Vice Principal, the Indian School, Kingdom of Bahrain. How are you, sir?
Fine, thank you.
Sir, when we chose this topic, time management, I posted this poster among our friends. Then one of my friends, she just sent me a message, "Are you free, Amritha?" So I told, yes, I am free. I called her. Her name is Safriya Riaz. She's working with Kanu International School. And she started telling about our hectic schedules in school. How do we spend time now? Then she told my son has to do a speech regarding this Gandhi Jayanti. Today, October 2nd, Gandhi Jayanti. She told, I don't have time, so I did not do. But he's very particular about doing that. So I told, now you are talking to me. You have time. So if you choose this time, if you utilize the time wisely, definitely you can spend time with him. And you can do that. Please do the speech and send to me within 1 hour. Then I got the speech. Shall we hear that?
Sure.
I am Abdullah from secondary D, respected teacher and my dear friends. Today I will speak on the topic Gandhi Jayanti. Gandhi Jayanti is celebrated on 2nd October every year. Mahatma Gandhi, the father of our nation. Mahatma Gandhi was born on 2nd October 1869. He fought for the freedom of our nation. Truth and non-violence were his tool to fight against the British. He taught us to be honest and truthful. Jai Hind, Jai Hind. Thanks.
Thank you, Razin Abdullah. His name is Razin Abdullah. He is studying in Indian School, Bahrain. See the happiness of that tiny tot. So according to you, sir, what is time?
Well, Razin Abdullah, a job well done. The way he has attempted it and portrayed it, that's definitely a matter of appreciation. Kids, in whatever way they do, they take an initiative. And since you connected it with time, you said that, the mother was busy and then, somehow from her hectic schedule, that's how this speech of the child, which was recorded and sent. One of the most important aspect which I believe in my life and I have learned from things, that is, if you have a task to complete and you give it to the most busiest person, it is more likely that the busiest person will complete the task rather than a person who does not have, who has enough time. Correct. A person who has enough time may not even complete the task. Correct. So there are certain decisions in life which we take at the spur of a moment and we complete in a moment's time. Sometimes it does not even take more than a second to come to a decision and more than a second to act on it. Because just by taking a decision is not enough. We need to act continuously on it and make it a reality. This child has done that. Second is, since it's October 2nd, Gandhi Jayanti, and of course today is the birth anniversary of two great stalwarts in India. One is Gandhiji and second is Lal Bahadur Shastri. both these stalwarts lived a very simple life, but they were very particular about, if you read Gandhiji's autobiography, The Story of My Experiments with Truth, if you read the life cycle of, the lifestyle of Sri Lal Bahadur Shastri, you will find that they were exponents of time. They never waited for anyone. They decided how to go ahead. It is their decision that has taken them to precision in their life. And that is where Gandhiji and Shastriji always have advocated the correct usage of time. And if you look at their life, the way they have done it, they have utilized every second of their life for something worthwhile. That's why even today, sitting on this platform, we remember them.
Very true. Sir, I always wonder, how do you manage time? Whenever we ask to perform, in the last moment also, just you are ready to perform. I always wonder, how do you manage time? How do you manage your workplace, work time, and the personal life, and the program like this? This is a social commitment. So how do you manage your time?
This program is, of course, thanks to you and thanks to Radio Rang here. I'm very happy to do this program because here we have a platform to express out a lot of our opinions. We have a platform where we can reach out to people. Here we have a platform where people can directly interact with us and they can send their valuable suggestions also. So this platform has been very useful. So I thought, why not utilize this platform to reach out to many of them, to reach out to the majority. Right? That's what the intention behind this entire platform is about, and it is working out. The kind of feedbacks we have been receiving for the last few weeks.
Exactly.
I mean, even last time, and after the counseling session was over, the kind of feedback which we received, and when people call us and people meet us and all that, they express, okay, this was something which I agree with you, this was something which we disagree with you, and they discuss on that. And so it's very happy to note that there is exchange of communication that is happening.
Correct.
Number one. Second thing, as you said, how do I manage my time? Definitely, I mean, it's all, there in the family, so we ensure that, we fulfill our commitments. My dad was very strict person as compared to when his timings are concerned. He always used to tell us, whatever time you sleep at night, if you should wake up in the morning, it should be at around 6 o'clock. You must wake up, even if you sleep at 2 o'clock in the night or 1 o'clock in the night, you have to get up at 6 o'clock. There was no compromise on that. Evening 7, whichever part of the world you are in, evening 7 o'clock back, you should be back home. So there was a routine, a discipline to that, that which slowly imbibed into our life also. And when I do all my readings, or I listen to all the motivational talks which are going on around, or I study all those people around who have been successful, I do try to balance my life, and of course I keep my personal life and my work life totally different. I do try to balance between that. Whatever is possible from my side, I do it. But I'm very clear where I want to say no, I'll clearly say no. So I'll not mess up around things.
That's true. We conducted a lot of programs together. So whenever I tell you, okay, this is the topic, sir, you are ready. Immediately you will tell, yes, I will do that. What are the points you require? So we'll tell that, okay, these are the points, it will be good, what is about your opinion. So you will give your opinion and you always make it successful. Very useful it is. All the programs are very useful. You told about getting up in the morning, 6 o'clock. Wherever you are and whenever you slept, have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Then I remember, actually nowadays we are doing online classes. So in the morning, actually children, they have to go at 6 o'clock to Indian school, Alnood school and all that, Asian school. Anyway, before 7 o'clock they have to leave. But now in our school we start class at 8 o'clock. So sometimes children entering into the classroom at 8:30. So what happened? I slept. So what advice, not like advice, but how we can make it. In the morning they have to get up and they have to take bath, they have to be ready by themselves. Okay, all the parents complained always, just we are calling many times, he is not getting up or she is not getting up. So how we can make it?
There are certain matters which are matters of habit in life, which needs to be inculcated. I mean, you need to put it inside you. And certain habits we should not change. And one of the habits is getting up in the morning. Even on a holiday, even if you're a little casual also, you should know the time when you should get up. Because being in bed too much of time, or spending too much of time in the bed, especially during morning hours, will not serve any purpose in life. On the contrary, what happens on many of the holidays, I have seen breakfast becoming lunch, lunch becoming evening brunch, and evening brunch becoming late, and the entire day is disturbed. And next day, if it is a working day, you are again disturbed the entire day. So you keep cursing the holiday. My God, the entire holiday went by, it's wasted and all that. Who's responsible? We are responsible for it. So certain habits are required. When we say habits, why do we wear uniforms in schools or colleges? As a matter of fact, why do we wear uniform? We wear uniform because when we wear that attire, we get a feel of the attire. When a person in uniform, for example, a policeman or an army man, when in uniform they wear the attire, they are ready to face whatever situation comes in front of them. When a student wears a uniform, mentally the student is prepared to go to the school. Of course, now the online classes are there. Online classes, it may happen, as you said, many of them, suppose if the class at 8 o'clock, they may probably get up at 7:55 and sit on the bed, and they may attend the classes, or they may even get up at 8:15 and they're just casually sitting on the bed. That is definitely not the habit to be inculcated. The habit that we have to imbibe is we need to be ensure that we need to sit in a proper environment. Get up in the morning, early in the morning, have a bath, sit there in front of your laptop or computer or your cell phones and wait for the class and let the class begin. The kind of energy that you carry along when you're fresh throughout the day, that is unmatchable, because I believe you waste your morning, you waste the entire day. And that is what is required, the energy, the brain has to work. There are enzymes released by the brain. So when you get up in the morning, the first 1 hour, the way you spend the first 1 hour of the day is what determines the entire day. The brain has to produce those enzymes. We have to rewire things, get up and be ready, because we don't know with what energy we slept the previous day. If we sleep with a negative energy, thinking something, or in some tension the previous day, we wake up with the same kind of energy. And waking up with that kind of energy and with the same negative energy, if you go throughout the day, it is a dangerous path. That is where I request you all to come up with a one-day challenge. If all the viewers, those who are listening to me, and the students, maybe teachers, or maybe the parents who are listening to me, take up a one-day challenge for 30 days. When I say one-day challenge for 30 days, let us start a 5 a.m. club. A 5 a.m. club is you get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. The first 1 hour, you divide into your, nowadays T20 matches are going on, right? So let us divide the first 1 hour into T20-20. That is 20 minutes, 20 minutes and 20 minutes. So 60 minutes totally, the first 1 hour is occupied. So let us start a 5 a.m. club. Or maybe those who are not comfortable with the 5 a.m. club, start with the 6 a.m. club. But then that club it's only a one-day challenge. Tomorrow you do it, finished. The next day you do it, one-day challenge for 30 days. When I say for 30 days, you do this continuously and see how it materializes. The first 20 minutes, do some exercises. Sweat it out. It can be a physical exercise, it can be yoga, or it can be anything that comes. You can be aerobics, I don't know, but it can be anything. But you need to sweat it out. The next 20 minutes, read something which is worthwhile. Take a good book, read it out. Just read 1 page of it, 2 pages of it. And the next 20 minutes, write down what you have learned in that process. So I invite everyone along with me to take a one-day challenge for 30 days. 60 minutes challenge is how? 20, 20, 20. First 20 minutes, exercise. Any kind of exercise. Sweat it out. Next 20 minutes, read. So new learning comes. Next 20 minutes, write. So you write what you understood from reading of it. You understood what the new learning is about. And I challenge you all. Come on, take up this challenge with me and let us see, if possible, when we meet after 30 days, you share your experience with me, what has happened if a challenge. And all the students who are watching out and the parents who are saying that the students don't get up, ensure that they get up. That is our task. That is the parents' job. They may feel bad. They may feel bad for some time what we are doing. I was recently listening to Gopal Gaur, and he was talking about how giraffe, the moment the giraffe gives birth to a child, what the giraffe does is that the mother giraffe, as soon as the child falls down, the mother giraffe kicks the child. Then the child just flies. Again, the child is about to come down. The mother giraffe kicks the child. So now the child is in such a position, the child don't know what to do. So before the mother kicks the third or the fourth time, the child is ready on its legs to walk and to run.
Okay.
The reason why it is there, scientists say, is that giraffe, a child giraffe, I don't know what a baby giraffe is called about, I'm sorry for that. A baby giraffe's flesh is very tasty for lion or hyenas and all that. So they pounce upon it. So the baby giraffe has to defend itself. And how to defend? The best way to defend for a giraffe is to run. So as soon as a child is born, the mother kicks the child in order to ensure that the child survives. We parents will have to do that. That doesn't mean that literally kicking our children. Literally means pulling up our child to ensure that good habits are ingrained in them. That is necessary. So that's where I request you all, in fact I challenge you all, take up the 5 a.m. club, join the 5 a.m. club or a 6 a.m. club, take up the challenge with me, 1 day challenge for 30 days, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes. Sweat it out, read it out, write it out and see the difference. And let us talk after 1 month what exactly this difference is. In fact, I'll invite you also for a challenge.
I get up in the morning.
Yeah. No, but then getting up in the morning and doing it this course.
Okay.
What time you normally get up in the morning?
5 o'clock.
Make it 4 o'clock.
Okay. I have to start. Because I have
because
to
this is something which, and I'll tell you, it's amazing. It's amazing. Because the kind of energy you carry throughout the day, even by the end of the day, you will not feel tired. Correct. It's amazing energy.
Yes. It's very true. Let us take up the challenge. Hope my husband is watching this program.
Yeah, I will talk to him to take up the challenge.
You have to. Okay, sir, is there any connection with the interest? Because when I go to school, I get up in the morning and I get up when I hear the alarm and just going to school. But those who are not interested to go for work or those who are not interested to do something very much interesting, do they sleep in the morning? Such students or such people sleep in the morning. Is there any connection with that? Because if we are very much interested towards a thing, we'll get up. For example, my son Akhil, okay, he is very much interested to play cricket. So when Indian school conducted that cricket tournament, not cricket, coaching, he gets up early in the morning and he is ready. He will call, Acha, I have to go for the match. He gets up. But when the school is there, I have to call him. First I will call him nicely, then second time little bit voice will be higher level. So is there any connection like that?
Of course, time and interest has a lot of connection. If you are interested in certain things, if you're passionate about it, you'll find time for everything. That is how it is, So, like if you look at Sachin Tendulkar, you say it's 4:30, you can clock your watch as per his timings on the ground. That's how Sachin Tendulkar used to be. When he used to practice, and I think so he still does it. And that is because of his passion. And his entire life he had devoted for one passion, that is cricket. Same way our kids, our children, what happens is that, if they are passionate about certain things, whether it's cricket or anything, they will definitely spend time on that. See the time they spend on PUBG. See the time they spend on mobile phones or playing games and all that. Because they're very much passionate about it. They are into it. Because it is not they who are playing the game. The game is playing them actually. So they are pulled into it, and that pull has always kept them hooked to that. That's where it's again a matter of habit. There are certain habits we should not allow to die. For example, a continuous stretch of holidays. Continuous stretch of holidays doesn't mean that, we get up late in the morning and we, disturb our schedule. That's the why I said, the 1 day, 30 days challenge. Take it up, because when I say 30 days, automatically it will become a matter of habit.
Correct.
So whether it is a Friday or Saturday, in this part of the world it's Friday and Saturday, other parts of the world it is Sunday. A Friday or a Saturday holiday also doesn't matter. Before coming to Bahrain, I remember there's a parent whom I met back in Bombay. Every Sunday for almost 4 to 5 years, he used to take his son Sunday morning. He used to take his son for a certain coaching with the Navy.
Okay.
And today that child has joined the Navy and he is exceptionally doing well because of the value which the father ingrained into him, drilled into him. The father ensured that not only the father but the child also gets up. And that became a matter of habit, and that is exceptional, and that is what is required, because habits are contagious. If I have a habit, automatically if I can spread it to you, that's what is required. In fact, more than corona, we need to spread, we need to be carriers for good habits. Let us be carriers for good habit and spread it out. No harm in spreading that, because good habits should spread and it should reach out to anyone. Let us infect everyone with good habits.
That's true. When we get up in the morning, we have time. Otherwise, we don't have time for anything.
Otherwise, we are lost,
We lost, yes.
I mean, on a holidays, I have seen many of them saying breakfast has become lunch. So you have almost lost half the day. And by the time you come evening, you feel, my God, what happened? The entire day is lost. And
then we have to sit late
that
night.
plays at the back of our mind. No, the brain goes into a negative shell at that time.
Correct. That sleeping pattern should be changed in the morning. Sir, there is a question. Mrs. Usha Benny posted. Students always complain that they don't have time. How can they create time?
Well, all of us have one thing in common. All of us have 1,440 minutes in a day.
Correct.
Not more than that. You're a maths teacher.
Yes.
So we do not have more than that day. All of us have that much time only with us. So you cannot create any additional time. Find where the child is wasting time and why that time is wasted. The child should have enough time to read, write, study, exercise, play, because all these are part and parcel of the child. We cannot be a nagging parent and expect the child to study almost out of 24 hours, expect the child to study 20 hours. That is not possible. When a child does not get time, what are his priorities? This priorities is a matter, that's where it comes. When we say we don't have time, I don't believe in that. When I say I don't have time, that means I have not prioritized my time. I have not ensured first things first, last things last. What is not required right now is not required to be done right now. Leave it, because that's not the priority right now. Keep it away. What is required right now, do that first. First things first. When you have a perfect schedule, like for example, everything is a matter of habit. You get up in the morning, 8 to 12 your class, 12 to 2 the child rest, 2 to 4 the child does the homework, 4 to 6 the child studies, 6 to 8 the child is relaxing. Absolutely fine. There has to be a schedule for everything. Even for playing, let there be a schedule. Even for relaxing, let there be a schedule. Studying, let there be a schedule. Writing, let there be a schedule, because these are habits which have to be ingrained. Let us ensure that this happens. Unless and until the child does not listen to the parents. But since these habits have to be ingrained, I think so the parent and the child both will have to work on that schedule and make it interesting for the child. Let the child develop it from the childhood itself. It's very much required.
We have to find time to work, time to think, time to relax, and time to do nothing.
That's where we don't find time for ourselves. We have time for everything in the world except for ourselves.
Correct.
That's the reason I said this one day challenge for 30 days is for you, for me.
Correct.
When we take it up and see how we refresh it. Because if we are an energy center, only we can spread out the energy. Unless we are energy centers and we will not be able to spread out energy. That's where you need to be very sure about whom are the people you are associated with. What is your peer influence? What is the kind of talks they are giving it to you? Is it influencing you positively or negatively? If you understand that somebody is influencing you very negatively, because of which your energy is drained, let us keep away from such people. Because what is required is that we need positivity of thoughts, and that we need to transfer into our actions. And that is what is needed to have a good positive peer group influence. Even friends, students also, they need to work on that. Because there are people who pull you down, there are people who push you, and there are people who propel you in life. So we need to find out who are the people, because sometimes when they even share their negative thought, that could be pulling us, because our energy will be drained in that way.
When we interact with someone, actually we have to think of what do we get from, what do we gain. That is very important.
Absolutely.
Sir, during PE period, okay, they are very much interested. Okay, it is 12:30 now, we have PE, so they will get up and they will be ready to go for PE. Such interest, how we can create in our subjects?
Physical education is interesting for every child. Even today, if you give me a physical education period, I'll run and jump into it, because that's the nature of human being. How to bring the child to the other subject, here I will put the onus on the teacher. the teacher should be making the subject so interesting that the child should feel that I have missed something if I don't attend this. That's where we need teachers not with intelligence. We need teachers who can spread the knowledge and pull the child to the knowledge. That is what a teacher's role is about. So that's where teachers have a very prominent role to pull the child of the. You have 40 students in your class, you have 30 students in your class. The child should feel that, my God, I will miss something if I'm not present for that, and the child should be actively present. That's what is required, and that's the onus of a teacher.
Okay.
So you have to become a powerful and energetic teacher. A teacher with no energy will be disliked by the child. Like we speak monotonously, there is no voice modulation, definitely the child will dislike the teacher and the child will stay away from the teacher. But a teacher with high on energy, dare the child dislike the teacher, like the child will be present in the teacher's class.
Okay. Just today I spoke to one of the parents and he was sharing with me, actually till 9th he was very good at maths, and when he reaches in grade 10, okay, he think, okay, that interest is missing, interest is lost. Okay, so thinking of taking nowadays, this year onwards, basic maths and standard maths. Okay, so what are the options? Because when they choose basic maths, can they take maths in 11th?
Yeah, anyhow, that's of course not related to our topic, but yes. Then we can discuss on that. They can do. There are various such options to that.
Options, okay.
But then this lack of interest, when we say, many of us don't understand this cycle. As we go along, higher up in the class order, 9, 10, 11, 12,
okay,
these studies become more and more challenging. And when the studies become more and more challenging, the child also finds it difficult to cope up. That is where the child needs support.
Okay.
In a smaller class, you study XY, you get XY marks. You are assured of certain marks. That is no longer now in the higher classes, where you need to think. And thinking is something which we don't like.
Okay.
We like ready-made stuff. So, people, parents, everyone demands for ready-made notes, which is actually killing our children. Okay. We don't need to give them ready-made notes. What we need to give them is support material where they can think, and that is what is to be encouraged from now onwards. And with the new education policy coming, that will definitely have to be encouraged.
Sir, actually it is the matter of time management also. What I got the feedback is from students, from parents and all that, they lose interest when we take online classes. We make the PowerPoint colorful, but when someone is teaching privately, okay, or for example parents, they write on the board and teach, the concept is very much clear. So about the time management in the class, they have to listen to the teacher. So that is the main concern I feel, because that is the reason thinking of, okay, basic maths or standard maths, it affects their future. Actually, it affects their future. Sir, there is another question. Archana MT asked, what is the relation between time and productivity?
Time and productivity basically has no relationship. That's what, in my opinion, is. It's not necessary that you manage your time perfectly, you will be productive. Productivity is all a matter of efficiency. And efficiency is all a matter of passion. And passion comes with what you're inspired to do. If you're passionate about something, you will find the right time to do it. That's where you need to develop the passion. Passion cannot come as it is. Passion comes when you feel that. It's like a passion of Sachin Tendulkar. It's like a passion of somebody who's ready to die for the cause. When I say die for the cause, means I'm talking about a positively. When we are ready to do something, no matter what comes, no matter what hurdle comes, you will not look into the time. So time and productivity has no relationship, but then if you manage productivity with a passion, automatically you will find time to do the job. You will find where your time is being wasted. You will remove that wastage of time and you will do the job. I was listening to a talk by Bill Gates, and which I followed. I was, actually I was following a series of successful people in life who have made it very big in life, So I was listening to a talk by Bill Gates. He says that he keeps a notebook with him. In a notebook, which he writes what he has learned now. He keeps that notebook with him. Okay. So during the course of his life, the cell phone replaced his notebook, but what he says is that still that notebook helps. Because today while traveling, he wrote down something. Then he is waiting to meet somebody, he wrote down something. Or is waiting for the next person to appear for the interview. I mean, he has 5 minutes time, he has learned something, he jots down something. He said that has been very helpful. That has helped him to create that passion, and with that passion he found out where he is wasting his time. He filtered out those things which are not necessary, and he built upon those reserves which are required. And that is where you find where Bill Gates is very successful. So we need to learn from these models, what have they done in life. They also have exactly 1440 minutes in a day. They don't have more time than us. They are also having exactly 24 hours. We also have exactly 24 hours. But there's a difference in which they approach the time and we approach the time. That's what is required.
In my case, I am a perfectionist. So I do things always with 100% perfection. So the thing is, nowadays what I noticed is, I can work only under pressure. If the deadline is there, definitely will do. Otherwise, okay, within 2 weeks can you do, then I will keep for the last moment. That happens always. So whenever we conduct many programs, my friends used to ask, where do you get time? You are working, you are doing all the work at home, and where do you get time? So if you utilize time wisely, definitely we can. Because this much 24 hours we can utilize it. So nowadays technology has very much importance. So there is a question asked by Preeti AK. How does technology affect our time? Why people don't have enough time in this modern world, though technology has made everything much easier and faster?
Correct. Technology has made everything very easier today. To call a friend today afternoon, I was talking to my family back in India. So I connected my sister in Chennai, I connected my sister in Kerala, I connected my mom. So we were all talking together. It's very easy to do. Technology is within the reach. It has made life very simple. Correct? We don't need to remember telephone numbers now. It's there in the cell phone. We don't need to remember what we had to do. We can set it as reminders. Technology has made our life very simple. But what has happened is that we have become slave to this technology. Instead of we ruling the technology has started ruling us. Like, the first thing what we do is that when we wake up in the morning, many of us have this habit of checking the cell phone. What is there in that cell phone? And that itself is a negative start of the day. Keep it away. Let there be cell phone breaks. You take a break for 2 hours, cell phone. Or, if you can go to an extreme extent, 1 day in a week, no cell phones at all, no gadgets. But of course, that is extreme, very difficult for many of us. But then, in an hour, restrict your time as to when you use phone. Keep a fixed schedule. This is the time I'll check the phone. This is the time I'll check the phone. That's where I suggest is that switch off all your notifications, so that it doesn't every 5 seconds, a message comes, then beep comes. That's not required. Switch it off. You check your cell phone at your own convenience. It's not that the cell phone is ruling. You check your cell phone like you decide. Every day at 3 o'clock I'll check, every day at 6 o'clock I'll check, and before I go to bed, half an hour before I go to bed, I'll check. Whatever is to be answered, I'll answer it and leave it off. That's where, even though technology has come, but then this technology has enslaved us. As a result, we spend a lot of time on an average, it is said, studies have revealed, on an average person spends 2.1 hours a day on the cell phone. But when this 2.1, I'm not very sure about this source of this study, but then 2.1 hour spread across. That may not be the real phase, They were talking about an adult. But for children nowadays, they are spending more time on the cell phone. I'm not talking about the online classes and all going on, because that is a temporary phase till this pandemic gets over. After that, definitely we'll have to come out of that. So thing is, we have spending so much of time on the cell phone that we are slowly getting addicted to it. Even if your cell phone rings, I will check mine. True. It's a matter of habit. Correct? I know that it's not my ringtone. Your cell phone rings, I'll check mine to see that what has happened. Yes. Right? So, and plus, if I don't check my phone after 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I become very nervous, which itself is a sign that slowly I'm getting addicted to it. So even though technology has come in, technology should have made our time easier. It's very easy for us. Now you don't have to read a book. There are e-books. You can listen to books. Audio books are available. So it has made life easier. But what has happened is that we are enslaved to that. So it has complicated our life.
Very true. So there is one more question. Many prepare to-do list and try to manage their work. Is it a better idea? Asked by Sanjay Krishna Nambiar.
Mr. Sanjay, in your to-do list, I also have this habit of doing to-do list when I'm jammed with too much of work, So when I do a to-do list, what I do is that, I find out what is not necessary, remove that. Because there's so much of work involved at times, we are not very sure whether we are doing the right thing or wrong. Or we are also not very sure whether this has to be prioritized or not. So a to-do list will help us to prioritize things, to find out what is MIT, the most important task. But let us not fully depend on the to-do list. I remember during my, after my college days, I had done a workshop called as the more time workshop, where they guarantee you that you will get more time.
Okay.
And I enrolled for that workshop, more time workshop, conducted by one Mr. Debu Ghosh, an excellent person who conducted that workshop. I still carry that workshop and the whatever has been, trained in that workshop.
Okay.
And they gave us a notebook, in fact a diary sort of, where you have to write it as per the time available. And I used to religiously follow it, every day. Okay. And my entire schedule was like, I was, if somewhere I have to be at 8 o'clock, I will be there at 8 o'clock. Okay. No matter what happens, Somewhere I have to be at, or if I don't reach there at 8 o'clock, I'll inform prior that this is the reason I'll not be able to come, but I'll be there by 8:15 or 8:20, whatever it is. And if I say 8:20, I need to be there by 8:20. That workshop actually helped me out. But then I was slowly depending on more on that workshop. This to-do list will help us as long as we are strong. The moment we are slipping down, no to-do list will help us. The only person who can help Mr. Sanjay to create more time is Mr. Sanjay himself and his passion for what is he doing. It is, that's what my feel is. I'm not an expert in this field who has the right to talk on everything, all these subjects. But the thing is that I can only share my experience. To-do list is good in a jammed situation. I take this to-do list to find out MIT's most important task which need to be completed. That without completion of that, I cannot go ahead. So that is where I take the help of the to-do list.
I also maintain to-do list. Then I will tick, okay, this one is finished, this one is finished. And many will be there only. 2, 3 will be there, I won't complete. Sir, Junit sir just sent a message. Emotional intelligence of a teacher is a must than IQ. The balance in both will be the best. He has just sent a message. Sir, another question we have, Murali Krishnan, MT. Many of us have the habit of procrastination. How can time management help avoiding procrastination?
That's a beautiful question, and I was actually reading few things on procrastination as a habit. I was actually listening to Robin Sharma a few days back, and he says that if there is anything which you can complete in less than 5 minutes, okay. If there's anything you can complete in less than 5 minutes, do it immediately. Don't postpone it. Because if you postpone it, you will never do that.
True.
Right? It's absolutely correct what Robin Sharma has mentioned. Because if there's a task which you can complete in less than 5 minutes, do it immediately. My trainer always says that give the job which you need to be completed to the busiest person, he will complete it. Because if you give the job to a person who has a lot of time, he will never complete it. That's where all of you must have heard about the Parkinson's law. Parkinson's law says that time expands as per the work available. Okay. For example, like as you said, if I give you a project and give you 1 month time to complete, you will complete the project in 1 month time. If I give you the same project and you have only 1 week to complete, you will complete the project in 1 week. Our children finished the entire studies in 1 day before the examination. That is because we feel that we study well under pressure. It's not like studying well under pressure. It's like that time we are highly energetic and efficient to do the task. Which means we don't need 1 month for that job, which if you can complete in 2 days time. So you prioritize what to study. When our children study 1 day before the examination, do you think that they will be studying the entire syllabus? No, they will be prioritizing. I'll study this, I'll study this, I'll study this. Yes. And as a matter of luck, they may get through. It's not necessary, it's their ability to get through. Right? Not all those who study 1 day before the examinations are highly successful or they score highly successful marks. It's a matter of luck element also plays at that time. So you are at the risk of a luck element. And if that luck element turns against you, you're finished. So that means procrastination is a matter of habit more than it is a matter of time. When I say it's a matter of habit, because we develop the habit of postponing it for the next day. And why do we postpone it? Because we feel that it is not a priority. We feel that it is not important. You ask a child to download an app and install it. If it is related to his games, immediately within moments he will do that. But if it is related to his studies, he may take time for that. Why? Because he feels that that is not required at that time. So procrastination as a matter of, it's a matter of habit. There we need to work on our habits more than time. Because if I see, yes, I am ready for it, I am ready to get into action for that. Speaking is not enough. Getting into action is more than enough. I say tomorrow I'll get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, because many of, I think so you will take the challenge with me or that 5 a.m. club, yes. And you say that you will get up 5 o'clock in the morning. And when you get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, one day it's fine. Second day, who will get it up? It's not the time. It's not the alarm clock that we put to snooze, or it is not the cell phone which we keep on the alarm and we put it to snooze that works out. It is me who has to do it. So time has nothing to do with me as an energy. If my energy is very good, time will automatically come with me. Time will listen to me also at that time.
We have done this, it's not as a challenge, but we did that. Okay, 5 o'clock I get up. Okay, then give me a missed call. Then we'll give missed call and we'll sleep again. Such things happen. So we need a...
That's where, this missed call process also, I don't agree with that. Yes, because
correct.
You are making a person depending on you. You are making a person crippled on you. No, correct. That dependency has not come. Things will not change unless I decide that I need to change for the better.
If we need a change, we have to decide ourselves.
Correct.
To do the change.
That's right.
Because it cannot be dependent.
And so time management is successful only if I manage myself very well. So time will automatically be there with me then. Time will become a companion if I manage myself. If I am wayward, I don't manage myself, time will never be my companion.
Okay. Sir, Mr. Rajesh is online now, ex-aviator, Indian Coast Guard, and ex-com member for sports and discipline, the Indian School, Bahrain. Let us hear his words.
The more you sit in the peace, the less you bleed in the war. Hello, good evening. I would like to share some tips for the time management today. The success in life is directly proportional to the effective time management. First of all, you should create a master schedule. The master schedule can block the timing where you want to work. Use an agenda. Make an agenda which all things need to be put into it with a timing to achieve it. Like put a target timing, target date, and just complete that one in that day. Eliminate distractions. Now it is an electronic era, online education especially. So presence of electronic gadgets can distract your mind. So please keep it away from your area of study so that you can minimize or eliminate the distraction. Set goals for each study session. Each study session, please keep goals. Goals should have target date, especially each and every goal should have a target for achieving the things what you want to achieve that particular day. Start working on assignments early. Do not wait for tomorrow. Start doing it now. हिंदी में कहावत है, कल करे तो आज करे तो अब. So please do not wait for tomorrow for the next moment. Start doing now. Make a project plan. Make it as a project, whatever you want to do. All the things, all the tasks, sub-tasks, everything put into it with a particular target, timing, target date to achieve. Definitely, when you complete the project, you can find a good result. Focusing one task at a time. Now what happened? Now the time is like that. People are focused on multiple tasks at a given point of time. What happens? The result will not be good as such what we expected. So just focus on one task on particular time. Take a break in between. This is very important and no need of explain also. If you plan for a long session, break it and take a break in between. Refresh yourself. It can refresh your mind. You can start assuming these things very effectively. Start early in the day. Don't wait for tomorrow, like as I said before. Start now onwards. So last moment of preparation will make you panic. Of course, you cannot achieve the things in an effective manner. Good sleep management, very important. Normally people ignore it, but it's so important. In 24 hours, we have to have a good sleep management. A person have good sleep management will have a wonderful result. So please plan your sleep time in a nice way so that minimum 6 hours you sleep and your body and your brain will get refreshed. You can achieve wonderful results. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rajesh Nambiar, for sharing valuable points.
He is from the Coast Guard, so he knows the value of time, because there everything is time bound. Like you have a task to complete and they give you a specific task and you have to complete that in task, because it's a matter of life and death at that time. So definitely he is in a better position to speak about time. Second thing, he was speaking about students studying how, and how they need to keep their goals. Definitely, which is very appreciable. Second, the third point which he touched upon, he said is that, you need to study and you need to have break in between. What I always suggest our students is, you study for 45 minutes, take a break of 15 minutes, or you take a break of half an hour, no problem. Next 45 minutes you study, but that 45 minutes which you study is your study time. That's not a break. You study for 45 minutes, take a break of 15 minutes, again study for 45 minutes, take a break of 15 minutes. See how time flies, see how much of time you have. So the entire complaint that they don't have time for things, will be eradicated, which is required. So your brain, your sleeping habit, as he mentioned, it's a matter of time. We need to have fixed hours at that time. Every day you sleep at, let's take it, you sleep at 10, 10:30 or 11 o'clock. Maintain that habit. If your habit of getting up 6 o'clock, even if it's a holiday and you want to sleep till 8, you are very sure that you are getting up at 8 and then you're continuing with your task. But you do not get up at 12 o'clock, and wait for the sunrise in the afternoon, I mean to say. That means, we have to be, the me in me is much more important. Who I am matters there, and what is my precision. If I say 5 o'clock, what does it mean? Does it mean that 5 o'clock means 6 o'clock? No. Can I be very sure on the fact that if I say 5 o'clock, it's 5 o'clock? I need to be very harsh with myself, which I say we need to be cruel to be kind, with ourselves. That's what is required. And in matter of time, we talk about time management, we say we don't have time, we are not able to do that, there's a lot of work to be done. When I say there's a lot of work to be done, what is that we are not giving a priority to? We are not prioritized it. Multitasking is not at all a possible task. In multitasking, what we do, we crash everything. We do this, we do that, we do that. Our efficiency is spread across and we are not very sure what are we doing. If we are doing multitasking, we should know delegation also. Then we should know what to delegate, so that we need to just check on the finale. We need not check into the nuances, or we do not check into the basics of that. That is what is required. So multitasking to a limited extent, it's fine, but multitasking, we cannot imagine ourselves like, with 10 hands or 3 legs and all that, and standing like a gigantic figure and doing all these things. That is not at all possible. Let us focus on 2 tasks, complete it. 2 tasks, complete it. 3 tasks, complete it. But ensure that, there is a 3 task rule, which says that you write down 3 tasks, which you need to complete today. Complete it. Right? Tomorrow you write down 3 tasks which you cannot complete more than that, because if you write 10 tasks, then you keep on backlog, and then the back of the mind you say so much of backlog is there. Let us minimize it. And whom are we competing with? Our time is fixed. The day we were born, we are very sure one day we are going to die. So the time is fixed. We are going to live for 52 hours, 32 seconds, 49. Well, I mean, this is, our time is fixed. So in that fixed time, we need to work out. So there's no competition in that.
Definitely. We have to prioritize. Important and urgent. Important, not urgent. Not urgent, important. And not at all important, not at all urgent.
That's why I say MIT, most important task. That is the only thing what we need to do. Something which doesn't fall into MIT, leave it.
We ladies, I think we are very good at doing multitask.
No, ladies do multitasking, this, that and that. But you know what happens? It is 4 jobs which they do together, that's all.
Yes.
Correct? So 4 jobs they are doing together. Those 4 jobs are intended to be done that way. That can be also, when we say multitasking, of course, I mean, ladies are the spearhead of it. You know, they are in fact ahead of everyone in doing multitasking. But you know, if you look, there is a style in which they work out. So they know what they have to do. A, B, C, D. They're very clear on that.
Very clear.
Correct?
That's true.
It's there. When the clarity is there in the head, your timings will automatically fall into place.
That's true.
If there is no clarity, again what you're doing, you're prioritizing. A means you will be doing A, then you will shift to B. When you're doing B, you will shift to C. So you are very clear about that. Mind mapping is very clear, which is that route which you need to follow.
When we joined Pravasi Guidance Forum, Dr. John Panikel was very particular about timing. He's very punctual. Once I remember we have to start a function and the chief guest did not reach on time. So he told, I will start the program at 7 o'clock itself. And I won't waste others' time. I have to respect others' time. So let him come and inaugurate later, doesn't matter. So very punctual. When we start the program, 7 to 9, you are experienced. 7 to 9 means it won't be 6:59, it won't be 7:1. It will go on time. So in the morning, I spoke to him regarding this time management. He is a very famous counseling psychologist, counseling consultant in the island. So he told time management is very essential among students, especially during this time. So there are 3 categories: late childhood, pre-adolescence and adolescence. All these age students, they have strong hours to study. So if they study during that strong hours, it is easy to study all the difficult subjects. So some of the students will be having that strong hours. Strong hours means physically and mentally. So when their physical strength and mental strength are the 2 sides of a coin. So when they study during that strong hours, it will be very good because they can grasp everything. So it goes to the right brain, intuitive brain, rather than left brain. So they can memorize the subject, and a tough subject, it will be they will be grasping easily. So his suggestion is to study properly, identify your strong time, which is a strong time, and study all the subjects as per the time. Since we manage, sir, I think there is one more question before winding up. Mrs. Shemili P. John posted, there is a complaint that there is a pressurizing in finishing portions. Your option, are we achieving learning outcomes?
Online classes is only the situational need. When we say situational need, is that nobody expected that this pandemic situation will come and everybody will have to go online. But the problem is, when we do an online class, we have X number of portions to be achieved by a teacher, any teacher, like, you know. So the teacher will have to, this complaint of, you know, rushing towards the portion always comes even when the regular schools is also there. I mean, even if teachers take their own time to teach, you know, like, you know, this, when the regular school is also there, this complaint always comes. And that's why sometimes they say teachers are rushing toward the portion. Sometimes they say teachers are completing portion just one day before the examinations. As far as CBSE is concerned, they are very clear. The exams are in February. The portions have to be completed by January. They are very clear on that. They are given clear guidelines on that. But then schools here adopt the model is that we try to complete the portion by November end or by December end. So there are fixed portions to be completed. Here I'll again apply the Parkinson's law. Parkinson's law says that work expands as the time available. For example, if I have 3 months to complete a task and, you know, I will utilize the full 3 months. The same task, if I have only 2 months to complete, I'll be utilizing only that 2 months, you know. So it is depending upon the passion for the work. Of course, there has to be a balance between the school teaching, there has to be a balance between the portion to be completed and the time which is available, and not to pressurize the child also. But the child also, because now the situation is that everybody is under pressure, whether you talk about the teaching community, you talk about the student community or the parent community, all of them are under pressure because everybody is new to this. It was not that we had an experience of a pandemic in some other, 2 years before, and then, we are ready for the pandemic. Nothing like that. It's a win-win situation for everybody. So everybody is going through a learning. We are climbing the learning curve day by day. Day by day, we are learning new things. This is how things are happening, and the technology is teaching us a lot of things. This pandemic has taught us a lot of things. But of course, there has to be a balance in what is being taught and the time which is taken for that. Definitely, there has to be a balance. Both the child and the teacher will have to do a better time management to ensure that things are completed on time, very well, successfully.
Yes. I teach IGCSE mathematics, and our exams just during the month of April, May, like that, May, June, like that. So grade 8, grade 9, grade 10 portion coming together. So we spend extra time to make them revise, and nowadays I think during online studies, we teachers are spending more time with them. Whenever they ask doubt, not during the online classes, otherwise also they will ask, okay, they will send a question and will ask, okay, just could you please explain. So we are taking time to explain it. So if there is a will, there is a way. This situation means, it is unfortunately it is like that we have to conduct online classes. As you said before, we cannot stop education, so we are doing our best. Since we take the subject time management, sir, everyone's request, this program should be 7 to 8, then it is easy to watch. So let us wind up the session. Before winding up, what are the points you have to convey?
Well, it is wonderful talking, and during the talk I realized that we have spoken on a lot of issues in a lot of areas, and there are some good questions that also has come up, and thanks for watching this and encouraging all of us. Take time seriously. Time is a very important exponent character in our life. Take it seriously. Time and tide waits for no one. That is a saying, and it will not wait for anyone. Right? So we should not lose time. Take it very seriously. Find out MIT, most important task on a daily basis. What is the most important task we have to complete today itself? Come what may happen, we have to complete that. If we identify MITs in life on a regular basis, things are easy for us. Third is that utilize the bubble time. When I say bubble time, what is a bubble time? For example, I have an appointment with you, I'm waiting to meet you for an appointment, and in between that I have 5 minutes time, 10 minutes time. What will I do is that looking here and there, listening to gossip, rather than that, as Bill Gates suggested, take out the notebook, write down.
Right.
It helps. And that has tremendously helped me, that bubble time has always helped me to fill in the gaps.
During travel time,
travel time or whatever it is, because in that way, sometimes we save or we, find out that we have 2 hours extra. In a day, we would have wasted that 2 hours, we would have utilized that. That doesn't mean that, we need to always be on the task, No. Prioritize your time. This is my time, my productive time, my work time. This is my relaxation time. Nothing should stop you from relaxing. And you should relax without any guilt also. In one day in a week, if you're keeping yourself off from everything, you feel that today nothing will go as per the schedule, be very clear. Do not come under guilt by the end of the day and saying that, oh my God, I could not do that. So let us prioritize time. Let us utilize the bubble time. Identify MITs. Procrastination, as I said, it's a matter of habit. And I challenge everyone to take the 1-day challenge for 30 days, 20, 20, 20. Get up in the morning, join the 5 a.m. club or the 6 a.m. club, right? 20 minutes of exercise, 20 minutes of reading, 20 minutes of writing, and please do messages or feedback, give us feedback regarding the change which you see in you when you take up this challenge. All the best. Thank you so much for your patient listening.
Thank you, Anand sir, for your time. Sir, there are a lot of people behind this show, behind the success of this show. I appreciate Krishna and Srihari for the wonderful time management. During their studies, they manage their time wisely.
And not only that, they'll stand there, tell us one 1 to go,
Yes.
3, 2 to go, 3 to go, and it's very wonderful listening to them.
Rajiv always concerned, okay, they don't get time to watch TV, they don't get time to watch cricket.
I'm happy that they are not watching TV, like I'm really happy.
According to him, he tells that they learn something new from the programs. So that is also in a way good. And special thanks to Mr. Nikhil for his time. Okay, so viewers, please utilize time wisely. Let us wind up the show. There is a program at 8:30 organized by Mahatma Gandhi Cultural Forum, Bahrain, on account of Gandhi Jayanti. The program is at 8:30. Please do watch. And the program is in Malayalam. Thank you.
Before you say thank you, I'll request everyone to take the 1-day challenge for 30 days, 20-20-20. Please remember that.
Sure. I will join. Thank you, sir. Thank you, viewers. Have a nice day.
ഒഴുകാമൊലിയായി തിരകളിലേറി മലയാളത്തിൻ മൊഴിയൊഴുകും വഴിയും ഒഴുകാമൊലിയായി തിരകളിലേറി മലയാളത്തിൻ മൊഴിയൊഴുകും വഴി പടരാം പവിഴക്കരയും താണ്ടി നാഗരാഗമായി Radio Rang, color your life.